And Greg, could you take us through the start list of this fast final?
The 5,000 meters men final. Number one, we have 13 athletes in this one. We have Cresaton Kimutai of Nairobi, Zebeyo Lerabo of Nairobi, Festus Kimorwa of Central Rift, Rogers Kiprotich of Nairobi, Kennedy Kipkosgei of North Rift, Felix Kipkorir, Boniface Moita Oyanga Ondieki of Nyanza South, Clinton Kibet of South Rift, Dennis Kororia of Western, Eric Ngeyua, Zakaria Kiprop, and Cosmas Mwangi of Central. We also have Nelson Mandela, Stephen Muthini, Benson Kiplagat. We have Shadrach Kipto, Dennis Kipngetich, Levi Kiplagat of watch out for this young man. Andrew Kipto, Dennis Kipngetich, Zebedayo Lengwase, Kibiwot Serem, Shadrach Rono, Dennis Kipkirui, Samuel Kibati of Central, Levi Kibet of Western, and there is Charles Rotich and Anderson Kibet. Remember, the qualification standard set time is 14 minutes, 15 seconds. And those are the athletes ready for action in the men 5,000 meters final.
And here we go for the 5,000 meter men's final. This is a fully stacked field, as you can see. We're looking at a field that has over 25 athletes in this final. Everyone is looking for the top two slots to make it into the team that will be representing Kenya in Cali, Colombia, from the 1st of August to the 6th of August 2022. Don't forget that this will be coming right after athletes will have just completed two other major championships. We have the World Championships, which will be followed closely by the Commonwealth Championships, and then right after Commonwealth on the 1st of August, we'll be having these championships happening in Cali, Colombia. So still looking at some of the formidable names in this race. We have Lebedayo, Lengwase, Kibiwot Serem, Shadrach Rono, Dennis Kipkirui, Zakaria Kiprop, Eric Ngeiwa, Dennis Kororia, Clinton Kibet, Cresaton Kimutai. So this is a packed field. For those who are joining us, if you're watching and you're in Nairobi, you can find your way to the Nyayo National Stadium in Langata. This is there are no charges to get to this action. There's no fee to be part of this championship. You just come get into the stands. Unlike yesterday where people had to dress warmly, my boy Greg here is telling me today, be as if you're going to the beach.
Exactly. Very, very, very a good environment today. The weather is just perfect for athletics. And it's sunny, of course, and that's why we're saying that today we might be witnessing a very good day of athletics here. And you look at this group of athletes, all of them seem to be very, very capable of making it to the World Championships. You look at the likes of Levi Kibet, a young man who's always shown that he's capable of producing good timings wherever they are. And right now in the lead is Edwin Kiprop from Central Rift, the boy born in 2003. Quite a young man there, and you can see he's very confident after the 3 laps of this 5,000 meters. We talk about the likes of Levi Kibet. Remember, he is a bronze medalist with a personal best of. Levi Kibet, by the way, is an 800-meter specialist, but has decided to try out in this 5,000 meters. And these are just some of the athletes who we are really looking forward to giving us good performances. But Edwin Rotich still in the lead in this one, in the 5,000 meters. And you can see this young man is really, really confident. Edwin Kiprop in the lead there. Cosmas Mwangi from Central also steaming in very, very well with 8.5 laps to go. You can feel these athletes are here to make a statement. Also in the mix, Charles Rotich of North Rift, the young man in the white bib. Very, very confident coming into this one. Cosmas Mwangi still in the lead. Born on 12th of March 2003. This young man can look at the strides as they head into that one. Already you can feel some tired legs with athletes being left behind. The pace is quite impressive, and you can feel that the qualification standard time of 14 minutes 15 seconds is going to be achieved. Look at the split. That is Cosmas Mwangi. In the lead. Levi Kibet of Western also in that group. Cosmas still leading in this one. Nothing much to separate this group of athletes. Shadrach Chrono there taking the lead for the first time. Cosmas hanging on there. 7 laps to go. 5,000 meters men final. Who will do an Edward Zakayo again? Look at this group of athletes. These young boys. You can feel they know what it takes to win a race, and you can feel most of them are really psyched up for this one. And the 5,000 meters is one of the events we've always dominated at the junior level.
I believe right now we're halfway, Greg. What are your expectations going into the second half of this race? Do you expect a surge, as I'm seeing already it's happening? There's Cosmas and Ko have upped the tempo going into halfway into this race. Do you expect more surges in this race? Do you expect a split of the group? Because you see they opened it up and then they slowed it down again.
Of course, we expect a surge and shift in pace from these athletes. As you can see, Cosmas dropping a little bit. So has Edwin Kiprop, sorry. And you can tell that there's some sense of urgency, and It's now all about the resilience. It's all about who's going to get the tactics right in this one. And right now, it has changed, and it's Benson Kiplagat in the lead for the first time with 6 laps to go. Quite impressive timings after this one. You feel that most of these athletes will crack the 14 minutes. The 14 minutes mark set for qualification, and it is Cresterton Kimutai and Benson Kiplangat in the lead. But still early days here. Don't be swayed thinking that it's over. But then look out for this young man, Benson Kiplangat of South Rift, really strong with 5 laps to go. He looks really strong, this young man from South Rift. Look at him, very confident. Remember, Kenya has produced excellent athletes in the 5,000 meters. We have the likes of Edward Zakayo, who won the event in 2000. That is Kiplangat in the lead. Also in the picture is Zakaria Kiprop of Western. Clearly you can feel the field is getting hotter and faster, heading into
Three laps to go, and you can see Cresterton Kimutai still with the lead. I'll wish to just recognize Alfred Rotich who's watching live from Doha, even Edwin Bui, and there is a surge. There is a surge, Greg, and now there's a whole pack of 5 athletes with 3 laps to go who have taken an upsurge, and still taking. Zakaria Kiprop who's decided to up the tempo. Zakaria Kiprop has decided to up the tempo alongside Cresterton Kimutai. So watch out for this leading pack. Watch out for this leading pack. $800 meters to go, and there is another surge, and now one of the top 5 has been dropped off. So Shadrach Rono still in that pack with Zakaria Kiprop, and I can tell you for free, this is not going to be a slow race. This is going to be a very fast race. 800 meters to go, like what you can say right now, Greg, is 600 meters to go, and the pack still has Shadrach Rono still leading. Shadrach Rono is now leading, and with just the 4 of them, only 2, Greg, only 2 make it into the Team Kenya to represent Kenya in Cali, Colombia for the World Junior Championships from the 1st of August to the 6th of August. Coming to the bell. So we can see, let's see this. Now here goes. Now here is where you separate older boys or the big boys. If you want to bamba, Greg. Yeah. Now it's only a sergeant. You have only three, and Shadrach has decided his ticket has already been booked to Cali, Colombia. The rest of you can fight off for the 2nd and 3rd position, but for him, he has it all covered. 200 meters to go. 200 meters to go, and Shadrach Rono gets into another gear. And he's putting into another gear, and he's moving, taking the last curve, heading to the 100 meter mark. 100 meters to go. It's just the two of them. Here we go now. Here we go. Oh, whoa. Whoa. And slight composure. Very well placed. And Samuel Kibati from Central beats Shadrach Rono with 50 meters to go and a time of 13:47. I'm guessing Rono wasn't that far behind Greg.
Very impressive of Kibati. By the way, we talked about him before this race. He's one of the young men whom we've seen rise. And look at the time he posted, 13:47.88. Very, very impressive. 14:15 is all that was needed. But then the two, Shadrach Rono and Samuel Kibati, have booked their place in Team Kenya for the World Under-20 Championships. In the 5,000 meters, you can see the young man there. He knew when to take that last kick, and it's always very difficult on that bend from the 150 meters towards the 100 meter stretch. It's always very, very difficult, and Kibati knew exactly when to do this, and he did it in style, ensuring that he won the 5,000 meters ahead of Mr. Rono, who's also had a very impressive race. Wherever you are, welcome aboard. This is day 2 of the World Under-20 Athletics Championships trials here in Nairobi, and wherever you are watching from, just say it, and we'll be trying to sample some of the comments on Facebook, YouTube. Samuel Ruto watching all the way from Kisii, Hilos Kengetich from Kanyonyo BPU camp. So it's Caleb Mwangangi Ndiku. This is a Kenyan international former world champion in this distance. Watching all the way from Machakos. This Kimiti Flow says congratulations to Kibati. Paris Cherotich says well done, Mr. Samuel Kibati, who's won this race. Very, very impressive. There's Paris Cherotich. Jack Matelong Kuja, oh, okay, calling someone to come and watch this one. Kimiti Flo is watching all the way from Central. She says she is Team Central, and that has been the 5,000 meters. Impressive times here. I'm sure some of these athletes will really be disappointed for not making it to the team despite getting the qualifications time. Mutai Mike is watching live from Keringet, so is Moses Rotich from Makueni County, and we are ready for the 100 meters women final. This will be very impressive. 100 meters final. Remember, there are also field events taking place, the high jump final, there is the javelin, and there's the triple jump, both for the men and women. But on the track, we're bracing ourselves for the sprints, and it is the 100 meters women final.
Greg, not forgetting that in the 100 meters women's finals, we're looking at who will be able to get the 11:9 time, as we have Sandra Jepchumba, who had a time of 14:57. Celista Kemunto had a 14:09. Sheila Makungu had 13:2. Mercy Cherop 13.02. And then we had those who were a bit slightly faster. We had Asla Kerubo with 12.6, Wilfrida Chepkoech 12.7, Jacqueline Mikayo 12.6, and Sharon Mora 12.7. So, Greg, between lane 3 and 6 is where the action is going to be if we are to look at how they made it through the semifinals. But going to the men's timings, I'm sure Greg is looking for how well Shadrach Wasilwa will be able to produce something, as we wish him well to be able to get the 10.6. Greg, you talked about the weather yesterday being a bit chilly, not very encouraging, especially for sprints. What do you have to say about today's weather going into these 100 meters, starting with the women's, then the men's finals?
I'm looking at the qualification standard set time for the women 100 meters is 11.90. It seems to be a tall order for these young ladies. Sandra Chepchumba, Sylvester Kemunto, Asla Kerubo, Frida Chepkoech, Jacqueline Mikayo, Sharon Mora, Masi Cherop, and Sheila Makungu. You look at the best time posted from the semi-finals was 12.60 by Jacqueline Mikayo of Southern. We had a problem with some of these athletes not really getting off the blocks well, and I think it's something their coaches, their trainers will be trying to fix. But you can see, you can feel there is hope in these young sprinters. Watch out, like in the men's race, Daniel Simiu and Shadrach Wasilwa. Many people talking about Wasilwa being the next Omanyala. Of course, there is no next Omanyala, but he can actually try and better that. Look at the timings here. For the men, 10.60 is the standard time set. So who among these athletes in the men 100 meters final will be able to make it to Cali, Colombia? It's a very, very difficult question because you look at the timings posted by these athletes. Only Shadrach Wasilwa comes close in that one because he clocked 10.81 in the semifinals held here on Friday. But then 10.60, who's gonna make it? Is there anyone who's capable of doing it? Of course, looking at the conditions, it's very, very, very possible because the weather today in Nairobi is warm, and I feel this is the one that can make some of these young men and girls blast off the blocks really, really, really fast. But to be honest, the 100 meters women, a lot of work to do because 12.60, 12.74 is quite below the standard set side time of 11.90. But then you never know, things happen, and those are the athletes walking to the track. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. That Jacqueline Mikayo, the favorite in this one. Bib number 47, Wilfrida Chepkoech, ran the second best time of 12.74 in the semifinals. 0.54, Asla Kerubo of Nairobi also had a good race in the semifinals. And there is Mercy Cherop of South Rift also coming in this one. So this is a strong field of athletes. But then will they make it? Rather, attain the qualification standard time of 11.90. Remember, most of them, actually all of them, ran way short of the standard set time.
I'm looking at Jacqueline Mikayo, who had the best time. She's looking to shave off 0.70 of her timing. I'm looking at Asla Kerubo, who also requires to shave 0.71 of her time to be able to get the 11.9 into this race as they take into the blocks and ensure that they're well set before this sprint. Greg, from the global scene, has the sprints shifted from the traditional, what you have, the Americas and the Caribbean?
Not really, but you can always say we've had sprinters from other parts of the world. We had the likes of Linford Christie from Great Britain. We had the likes of, in the 400 meters, we've had the likes of Van Niekerk from South Africa breaking the Magic Johnson's 400 meter record. We have the likes of Kim Collins. We had the likes of Atto Boldon. You see, yeah, there's a Frankie Fredericks from Namibia. So sprints, it's all about those who come up at a particular time. Marcel Jacobs from Italy, winning the Olympic gold medal in Tokyo last year. And we had Ferdinand Omanyala breaking the African record 977 at the second edition of the Kip Keino Classic, and is already won the gold at the Africa Senior Athletics Championship. So it's all about moments, and I feel it's been distributed all over. Although the US and Jamaica have really dominated in the short distances, that the 100 meters, the 200 meters. So it's something that we yet to see. But we can also see Africa bridging the gap between the Americas and the Caribbeans in the sprints, and it's something that at least shows you that talent is across board. We are not just used to. We know we had the likes of Usain Bolt dominating for close to a decade and several years because he was the main man. But right now, you cannot say who's the favorite. Heading into the World Championship, we have the likes of Fred Curley, we have the likes of Omanyala, we have Jacobs, we have this young man from the United States, just forgetting his name. But then,
for me, I'll say going into the World Championship, so we already know who was the fastest time this season. You see, it gives you what you can say is a precursor of what will happen going into the finals. Fred Curley has had the best time in the last time, setting the fastest time, 9.76 this year. Our very good old, our very own homeboy, Ferdinand Omanyala, has a time of 9.8. going into as his best time going into the World Championships. Marcel Jacobs has a 10.01 that he got at the Italian Championships. I'm not sure what was his time when he was running at the Diamond League.
Actually, he didn't take part in the Stockholm Diamond League for reasons best known to him, and maybe saving his energy for the Worldies that begin in a few weeks' time. But then we are back to the 100 meters final for the women. 8 athletes. 11.90 is the standard set time for qualifications to the World Under-20 Championships to be held in Colombia. So that is Sandra Chepchumba of North Rift in lane number 1. Celista Kemunto of Nairobi, 14.09 coming into that one. Asla Kerubo, Nairobi. Wilfrida Chepkoech, one of the favorites also in this one, representing Nairobi. And that is the fastest lady, Jacqueline Mikayo, the fastest lady in the field. Sharon Mora of Nyanza South, 12.73 coming into this one. And that is Mercy Cherop of South Rift, 13.02. And Sheila Makungu of North Rift, 13.20. That is the field for the 100 meters women final. We're getting ready for the final, and let's hope that 11.90 is attained. And there we go, the 100 meters final, and you can look straight away. Jacqueline Mikayo taking the lead, but then in lane number 3, Wilfrida Chepko, Asla Kerubo. What will be the time? 12.48 is the time. And the winner is Asla Kerubo, winning that one. 12.48 is the time. Unfortunately, she didn't meet the time of 11.90. But look at how she got off the blocks. Blistering pace. Jacqueline Mikayo tried, but she could not keep up with the pace of Kerubo, and it's official, Kenya will not have a representative in Kali in the women 100 meters. But then Asla Kerubo improving her time from the semi-finals, winning that one in 12.48. Wilfrida Chepkoech of Nairobi coming in second. Jacqueline Mikayo finished fourth, with Sharon Mora of Nyanza South finishing in third. And we are heading straight to the men's event.
Before you even catch your breath, Greg, we already been moved to an even first hit, or is it not just a meet? Because we have the 100-meter men's finalist that has the likes of Joel Kipngetich at 11.43, representing Nairobi, David Losire, 11.46, Joseph Lepatey, 10.95 from Southern, Daniel Simiyu from North Rift at 10.94, Samuel Ekoak, 11.32, Shadrach Wasilwak, 10.81, who's been phenomenal the entire weekend. Yesterday, he did some crazy races. And we also remember him from the 200 meters yesterday again. We have Duncan Kipngeno, who was at time of 11.37, and Kennedy Kilonzo, 11.37. So the lines to watch out for: lane 3, 4, and 6. Greg.
Line 3, 4, and 6 are the lanes to watch in this one. And by the way, it will require a lot of effort and tactics to get that qualification time of 10.60. Remember, the ladies did not attain that qualification standard set time of 11.90. But then that is Daniel Simiyu of North Rift in lane number 4. Samuel Ekoa, 11.32. Shadrach Wasilwa, North Rift. Duncan Kipngeno, South Rift. Kennedy Kilonzo of Southern. Lane 3 is empty. That was supposed to be Joseph Lepatey of Southern. I think he pulled a hamstring yesterday after winning the 200 meters semi-final, hitch number 2. So he's missing in action today. This young man, quite unfortunate, and he had a very impressive time of 10.95, winning the hit number 3 in the semi-final. But right now, we have the likes of Daniel Simiyu, 10.94, Shadrach Wasilwa in lane number 6, 10.81. Watch out for these young men. And we are ready for the final of the 100 meters men. Remember, a ticket or two to grab. Who will it be? Let's wait and see. Daniel Simiyu, Shadrach Wasilwa are the favorites. What's the inspiration? 10.60 is the time. Wherever you are, welcome aboard. Wanjohi Grace, Mary Francis, Helen Butia, Chamger Jr., Chamraget, Kugai ule mmoja, Mary Francis, Moses Rotich, Joylis Mutegi, Samuel Karani, Kipkemboi Meli in Eldoret, Bishop Soti watching from North Carolina, Nicholas Washira Mushoki, John Mike watching all the way from Kuria in Migori County, Kenneth Bett from Ruiru, Charles Kamathi, Kimiti Flo, Wanjohi Gitenji, Evans Kipkurui, Koech, Mutai Mike, Moses Rotich. Some of the guys watching us live on our Facebook page. Remember, we are also live on YouTube. And this is day 2 of the World Athletics Under-20 Trials. Remember, a team will be selected today to represent the country at the World Juniors to be held in Cali, Colombia. But this is the 100 meters final. Watch out in lane number 6. And there we go, smooth and sweet and straight along. Look at Shadrach Wasilwa, really fast, coming into this one, but then facing steeper position. This will be tight. 10.71 is the time posted by Wasilwa. He's just improved on his time set in the semi-final. Daniel Simiyu coming in very, very closely in second place. But then Wasilwa just improved on his time. Watch out for this young man in the future. He might not go to Colombia, but then he's proved why he's one of the best sprinters in his age bracket. Daniel Simiyu coming in second place. That was really, really fast. We'll be confirming the timings in a few, but then Shadrack Wasilwa winning that one, 10.71, and this is how it went down. We were talking about 10.60. He missed that by an 11th of a second, and that's how they got off the block straight along with Simiyu, threatened Wasilwa and challenged him very, very well. Simiyu in the lead up to the 30-meter mark, but then Shadrack deciding, no way, I'm gonna lose this one, and he overtook Simiyu. You can see in the last 5 meters, and you can see a photo finish in that one. We don't use time, but 10.71 is the time posted by this young man, Shadrack Wasilwa, born on 20th of February 2003, and representing North Rift in this one, winning the 100 meters men final.
Greg, that was a very good race, especially looking that Shadrack Wasilwa didn't have an easy race, as Daniel Simiyu gave him a very good push in that race, and that even made him work harder to improve on his time. Unfortunately, as Greg had informed all of you, Shadrack Wasilwa will not be taking part at the World Junior Championships in Cali, as he did not attain his time. He was late by 0.11 of a second. 0.11 of a second. These are those things you look at and you are not happy as an athlete. You wish that it would have gone better for you, but now we move our attention to the shot put women that's taking place right in the field. We have the likes of Christine Musembits for the women. We have Nancy Wafula, Sylvia Karimi, Grace Waithera, and Purity Wamboi. And yet to commence will be the javelin throw men's final that will have the likes of Samson Kilonzo, Joshua Muteti, Hassan Diema, Ernest Nderitu, and Hilary Kipkoech Korir. If you watch up towards the 300-meter mark, you'll be able to spot a group of athletes. These are the women's finalists for the 1500 meters. This list has the likes of Purity Chepkirui, Brenda Chebet, Faith Chepkoech, Sheila Chebet, Miriam Chemutai, Sylvia Chelego, Naomi Kemboi, Joan Cherono, Janet Chepkoskei, Fancy Chepkorir, Margaret Ngoeri, Jacinta Kavindu, Faith Mwende, Masi Chesoilo, and Florence Chepkoech. All with a good timing yesterday as they did their participation in this one. We're looking for a time of 4:29 and 3/4, if not more, of that field made that time. We have slightly like 6 people who didn't make that time, but not forgetting that we're only looking for the first 2 to make the team for Team Kenya going into Cali, Colombia, from the 1st to the 6th of August this year. Greg, now we've moved from the sprints into the middle distance. What do you have to say?
Just a recap of some of the things that and events that happened yesterday. Remember, Winnie Chepngetich, after winning her race, she said, I really didn't expect to secure qualifications, but that's when you know you have good coaches. Caroline Kola, wherever you are, you've done a great job to ensure that at least Kenya has representation. Then Joylin, Chepkemoi, those are some of the athletes we'll be watching in the 3,000 meters. Remember, the finals will be held later on today. That is Joylin Chepkemoi, there's Nancy Cherop, Mercy Michael Temoi is also one to watch in this one. But back to what we have in hand. It's the 1,500 women final. Purity Chepkurui, the world champion, is in the mix, so watch out for her. Bib number 107. And there on your screens, getting the last minute instructions before this 3.5 lap race. That is the 3,000 meters, the 1,500 meters, sorry. We have Purity Chepkurui representing South Rift, the world under-20 champion, going to defend her title. Brenda Chebet of Nairobi, 4:19.27 is the time posted here. Faith Chepkoech, there's Faith Sheila Chebet, Miriam Chemutai, Sylvia Chelego, Naomi Kemboi, Joan Cherono, Janet Chepkosgei, not the Eldoret Express we are used to. This is a new one representing North Rift, born on 22nd of June 2004. Faith Chepkorir, Margaret Ngoiri, Jacinta Kavindu, Faith Mwende, Masi Chesoilo, and Florence Chepkoech. And here we go, 3.5 laps, 1,500 meters women final. Watch out for the likes of Purity Chepkoech, the world under-20 champion. Really had a good race yesterday, winning the semi-final, and here she is trying to secure that qualification spot again, and we'll be seeing what she's capable of doing. It's really, really fast, heading into the 200-meter mark. Remember, these are 3.5 laps of grueling race. Pace, tactic, and agility is all that is needed here, and watch out for these young athletes, for 15 athletes, and 2 slots up for grabs, and straight away you can see everyone wants that ticket to Cali, Colombia. Slim Arsenal watching from Bomet County. Remember, this is the 1,500. Look at Purity Chepkurui. They are still in the middle of the pack. Right now she is in 4th position with that unique running style of hers. Remember, she's the favorite in this one. These young ladies will be hoping to represent the country at the World Junior Championships, and you can feel it's really, really, really strong. Purity Chepkurui right now moving into 3rd as we head into the 800-meter mark. Look at that, really, really confidence running from the world champion. Moved into 2nd position, and you can see the reason as to why she's being touted to be the one to dominate the 1,500 meters in a long time, getting a cheer from her colleagues on the far right side of the Nyayo National Stadium. And this is gonna be very, very fast. Faith Chepkoech also in that leading pack. Purity Chepkoech taking the lead for the first time in this one as they head to the bell. The world champion, really strong. Faith Chepkoech in 3rd place. Sheila Jebet of North Rift also there, but then Purity Chepkurui taking the lead for the first time head, and she's really, really confident. But then Brenda Chebet, just like it was in the semi-final, trying really hard to dislodge the world champion. But then look at Purity Chepkurui taking that bend, which is always very, very difficult if you don't know how to maneuver around it on the inside. Brenda Chebet trying really hard, but then Purity Chepkurui comfortable in first place. In the last 100 meters of this one, we are looking at the time. 4:29 is the qualification time. This will be really, really fast from Chepkurui. Brenda Chebet in second place, but then Purity Chepkurui will actually walk home in a time of 4 minutes 8.08 to win that one. Brenda Chebet coming in second place 4.10, booking the tickets to Cali, Colombia.
Greg, I'm looking at the remainder of the field and I'm seeing all these people are still passing over the finish line and still in qualification until that point. So we only have four athletes who did not make the 4:29 mark. This was really impressive. As you see in this the finish line, the medics are there to attend to one of the athletes. This was a very good 1500 meters race, and Tutu beating the world champion in the under 20 category. Purity is able to secure her spot going into Cali, Colombia, to go in to defend the title. Wasn't that an automatic qualification for her? So I'm looking at if AK will be looking at sending number 2 and 3, Greg.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll be seeing what happens, because the team that will be selected will be on merit, and of course she's deserved that by winning that race in a very impressive time of 4:08.08 seconds. As we brace ourselves for the final of the 1500 meters men final.
And right away we cross over to the 1500 meter men's final. We are having another strong field as we look at how the performance was for the women, where they were able to, in that field of 15:11 had the qualifying time, but you know, only the first two make the team, and Purity Chepkurui did a very good job securing her position, considering she was the defending champion. Now onto the start list for the men's 1500 meters. We have Anthony Kimutai, Josephat Kipkirui, Victor Kipkirui, Stephen Masindet, Daniel Kimayo, Daniel Kosen, Duncan Kipkirui, Justus Mwasia, Dennis Kiprop, Joshua Kimeli, Gilbert Rono, Felix Mudhiani, Felix Boeka, Kelvin Kipto, and Dennis Kipruto. We're looking for a qualifying time of 3:48. From this lineup that I have here, only 3 did not make that time. That is Felix Boeka, Kelvin Kipto, and Dennis Kipruto. The rest of that field of 12 made a very good time in their respective semi-finals. Going into this one, we expect a very fast race, because you make it out of here in the top 2, you're assured of making it to Cali, Colombia, to represent Team Kenya from the 1st to the 6th of August 2022. And all is set, and here we go. Very good bust as everyone wishes to take a position. You take the outer lane, but you find the easiest way or the fastest way to come around into a single file and take the inner lane, as the outer lane is never a favorite for any athlete who's going into more than one lap of a race. I'm looking at the athletes on the far end and I'm pitiful for them. Going up well. So a very good strong field with 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. And as I said, we expect a very strong field, a very strong push in this race. It's still one pack, just as it was with the ladies category, where everyone is still bundled up in one group, as everyone is trying to size each other as a Daniel Kosen taking the lead. Daniel Kosen taking the lead, and as they're coming to the 100-meter mark and then head to the finish line, where they'll be told they have 800 meters to go. Daniel Kosen taking lead. Very good running, and 2 laps to go right there. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go, and Daniel Kimayo joins at the front. Daniel Kimayo joins at the front with the surge, and joining Daniel Kosen as they do another surge. And we expect even more as we are at the 600-meter mark. And the qualifying time is 3:48.50 as that pack is set up. I'm not looking at anyone missing out on that time. It's just that you have to be top 2 to make this team, Kenya, that will be representing us in Cali. Don't forget that in other countries, they do not even have athletes who make that qualifying time. Kenya is really richly blessed. Kenya indeed is richly blessed, as we have Daniel Kimayo still leading, and Daniel Kosen. And here goes the bell. 400 meters to go. 400 meters to go. Is there going to be another surge? Here we go again. Here we go. Kosen has lost out on the timing, and Kimayo still taking lead. 200 meters to go. 200 meters to go. Kimayo with the super surge. Super surge. Kimayo has decided his ticket had already been booked. The rest of you all can go look for your other tickets. But Daniel Kimayo with a very, very impressive run. And he clocks the time at 3:36.08. That is fantastic. Beating the entire field and smashing that qualifying time. I'm looking at what I'd predicted, whether the rest of the team make the time, and I've seen like 3 or 4 didn't make that qualifying time, but that was really, really, really impressive from Daniel Kimayo. He's got his automatic qualifying to represent Team Kenya in Cali, Colombia, and we'll be looking forward to see him replicate the same while he's there in Colombia. As the officials just get clarity and confirmation of who took the lead, and this was very, 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 very impressive from Daniel Kimayo. I'm worried also of Daniel Kosen. We're waiting to get the official timing that he scored. He was really strong going into the last 300 meters, but by the time they're hitting 200 meters to the last kick, he was nowhere in the top 3. And I'm not sure whether he finished in the top 6, as everyone was looking for means to make it into the Team Kenya that will be participating in the World Championships for the Under-20 category in Cali, Colombia. Daniel Kimayo, that was really, really impressive. As we move straight into the 100-meter hurdles, we'll start off with the women's final, then the men's final.
Brian Kibet, rope watching from the United States of America. Welcome aboard. You know, in Nairobi it's daytime, so I know you are watching this one late in the night. Georgia Road from Gilgil. Machim Chim Kips says Daniel Kimayo is very, very fast. It's very true, because you look at what he's shown in the 1500 meters final, then you realize that we have a future champion in the 1500 meters. We might continue the dominance. The likes of Asbel Kiprop. We have the likes of Timothy Cheruiyot. So
Bernard Manangoi.
Bernard Manangoi. Also.
So are you saying this is a direct jab you're sending it to the Inga Bridgeton brothers?
Of course. By the way, Inga Braston is 20 years old. They should be turning 21 years old. So it means that there'll be a lot of stiff competition in the 1500 meters in the coming years. And Daniel Kimayo has just shown you that Kenya is not ready to surrender. Just the way he surrendered the Olympic title in Tokyo, this is a new era with Daniel Kimayo showing that he's capable of bringing back glory days in the 1500 meters. Jacob Cheruiyot Lagat says, Kongoi roommate Kimayo, Koiban High School. So wherever you are watching from Koiban High School, your boy just did it. Daniel Kimayo winning the 1500 meters men final. And Vincent Kipchumba is watching all day from Mosorot. Kennedy Imai is watching from Kasarani. By the way, Kennedy Kimai, you can just drive to Nairobi, Nyayo National Stadium. It's not far, and it's on a Saturday. Yusuf Kipchirchir Mudir watching all the way from Doha, Qatar. So is Joshua Mwendwa watching from the Thika Greens Golf Resort. Darius Gitonga following live from Hospital Dental Clinic with my son, Chamger Jr. watching from Uganda. Paul Moniki says, congratulations to Kimayo. So Hill Iprotings, Kilifi Mombasa, tuned in. So is Tum Kimutai, Rotich Duncan, Jacob Cheruiyot Lagat. As we await for the start of the 100 meters women hurdles, Agnes Siomiti, Damalin Bonareri of Nyanza South, Wilkista Chemutai of South Rift, and Dorcas Cherotich. Those will be the athletes taking part in the 100 meters hurdle final. We also have the main event, the 110 meters hurdles, coming up shortly. But 4 athletes in the 100 meters hurdle. Standard qualification time, 14.20 for the women and 14.20 for the men. So this is one event that we'll all be looking forward to, and see if we can get an athlete or two to represent the country in Cali, Colombia next month. Samuel Karani, thanks for joining in, watching from Teso in Busia. And there you go, I can see only 3 participants in the 100 meters hurdles for the women. 14.20 is the time required to make it to Team Kenya for the World Under-20 Championships. Timothy Kosgei is watching from Japan, and coming up is the 100 meters women final. Another race that we hope that one day will be racking medals in at the global events. It's the 100 meters women final. 3 athletes be confirming, because it was supposed to be 4. Agnes Siomiti, Damalin Bonareri, Wilkista Chemutai of South Rift, and Dorcas Cherotich of South Rift. getting the final instructions from the officials, ensuring that the blocks are in place. Ready for this one, hoping to attain 14.20 seconds and qualify for the World Junior Championships. Remember, in the 1500 meters women final, the reigning world champion Purity Chepkurui and Brenda Chebet finished in a 1-2 and somehow Purity says she wasn't feeling well heading into the final, but still managed to beat the rest of the field to book a place to Kali. In the 5,000 meters, Japan-based Samuel Kibati Wanjiru won that race, beating everyone else to qualify for the World Championships. And when interviewed, he said that there was a lot of pushing and blocking at the front, and he tried a few times, but then knowing that he was tactically strong, he decided to wait for the final kick, and that's exactly what he did to beat his opponents and win the 5,000 meters. In the 10,000 meters walk race, remember, Margaret Gatti of Nyanza South won that one. But then another long wait for start of the 100 meters hurdles final. Quite a few complications there, and instead of 4, we'll have 3 finalists in this one. We'll be giving you the starters in a few as the match officials and the athletes undergo the last routine to ensure that everything is fine just before takeoff. Keter Solomon Kipiego is watching from Kapsabet, the source of champion. So is Alex Kemboi and Gilbert Kipkurui from Nyahururu. Joseph Kings from Nakuru and Dennis Kiplagat is watching us from Bomet. Welcome aboard wherever you are. This is day 2 of the World Under-20 trials happening here at the Nyayo National Stadium. As in lane number 3, that is Welkista Chemutai of South Rift. In lane number 1, we have Agnes Siomiti of Southern. And in lane number 5, we have Dorcas Cherotich. That is Agnes Somiti in lane number 1. Welkista Chemutai. Dorcas Cherotich will be in lane number 5. Welkista Chemutai will be in lane. It's Welkista Chemutai, Dorcas Cherotich, and Siomiti. So missing is Damalin Bonareri of Nyanza South. Let's wait and see who takes this one and probably qualify for the World Juniors. 14.20 is the time they have to beat, and off they go very, very swiftly. Watch out in lane number 1, Agnes Yomiti coming in strongly, but then Wilkista Chemutai coming in very, very strongly. What will be the time? It is quite slow here, but then Wilkista Chemutai just winning that one in 18.01. Agnes Yomiti coming in second. 18.01 is the time posted by this young lady, Wilkista Chemutai, to win that one. The 100 meters hurdles final for the women. And that is Dorcas Cherotich, who was running in lane number 3. She finished third, of course, in that one. And straight away we head to the 110 meters hurdles. Still 14.2 is the time we are trying to achieve. Peter Kithome, we have Duncan Mutai, Geoffrey Babu, Victor Kiplimo, Jason Ogega of Nyanza South, Geoffrey Rono. Those are athletes that will be representing us in the 110 meters men final. Kennedy Imali says the winner, that is Chemutai, has good legs, but she needs training. It's very, very true. It's an observation from one of the viewers. Kennedy Imai, Keter Solomon Kipiego, Kipchirchir Kisorei, and Jason Mageni watching all the way from Japan. Remember Sami Kibati, straight out of Japan to win the 5,000 meters and book that ticket to represent the country in the World Junior Championships. Nobody expected that, but then I know he's made the coaches really very, very, very proud. That is the lineup for the 110 meters hurdles. Peter Kithome, Southern, Duncan Mutai, Geoffrey Babu, Victor Kiplimo, Jason Ogega, and Geoffrey Rono. And there you go, the 110 meters hurdle. Watch out in lane number 3. That is Geoffrey Babu of Central coming in lane, coming in very, very smoothly. But then in lane number 4, that's Victor Kiplimo winning that one in 14.64. 14.64. This young man just fell short of 14.20, but a very, very impressive race there by this young man, Victor Kiplimo of Nairobi. That is the winner of the 110 meters hurdles. 11.64 is the time posted by this young man. There you go, once again.
And there you go, the 110 meters hurdle. Watch out in lane number 3, that is Geoffrey Babu of Central coming in lane.
And you could see
coming in very, very smooth. But then in lane number 4, that's Victor.
After 100 meters, you could see
winning that one in 11.14.64.
Jason Ogega knew very well that he was way ahead of the rest and won that one in a time of 14.64. We'll be giving you the official timings. And afterwards, we'll be having the 400 meters women final, number 1 and the final of the 400 meters, and for both men and women. And watch out for Sylvia Chalangat in that one. Posted a time of 54.06, which is well within the qualification standards time set of 55.20. So she will be hoping to improve on that time and make it to Team Kenya for the World Junior Athletics Championships to be held next month in Cali. Colombia. So we are getting ready for the final of the 400 meters. Only one athlete has attained the qualification standard time of 55.20. That is Sylvia Chelangat of Central Rift. Also watch out for Damaris Nduleve. According to the start list, she'll be starting from lane number 3, attaining 55.75. She'll be hoping to improve on that. Sylvia Chelangat, born in 2004, is already touted to be the favorite in this one. Sylvia Chelangat she'll be running in lane number 4, testing the blocks. Wherever you are, welcome aboard. This is day 2 of the National Under-20 trials for the World Championships to be held in Colombia. Remember, Kenya is seeking to defend the title, won in Nairobi last year. And of course, 3 years ago in Finland. For this is all about getting the best team and a team that will go for a hat-trick of world titles, and also watch out for the field events going on. That's on your screens is Judy Kemunt of South Rift in lane number 6. Getting ready for the final of the 400 meters. All the athletes getting ready for that one. Watch out for Sylvia Chelangat. She'll be running in lane number 4, qualified in a time of 54.06 seconds in the semis, and she's here to confirm her supremacy in the 400 meters. As we get ready for this one, we will get the 55.20 to qualify, rather make it to Team Kenya. halt in the start because the officials have detected something that will force a restart. And we are ready to go, the 400 meters women final. And we are live from the Nyayo National Stadium. And this is day 2 of the World Under-20 trials. This is the 400 meters women final. Something wrong with Abigail Chepkemoi in lane number 5, and we'll have another restart in this one. The officials checking Chepkemoi's blocks for one last time, and she's been, and it's a last, rather it's a green card for all these athletes, and that means they'll have one last chance to actually get off the blocks. There you go, the 400 meters women final, and watch out for the likes of Sylvia Chelangat in lane number 4, and there she goes, taking the lead. She's a really strong athlete, Chelangat, and you can see into the 200 meters, and into that one, that is Sylvia Chelangat in lane number 4, coming in strongly on the bend. Who will try catch up with her? Watch out for Damaris Nduleve also coming in very strongly. It's down to the 2. It is Nduleve and Chelangat heading. Nduleve taking the lead for the first time. Chelangat struggling. Will she catch up with Nduleve? Nduleve going all the way. This will be really interesting. What will be the time here? 53.70 is the time. Damaris Nduleve is the new national junior champion in this one. The 400 meters winner for today. Damaris Nduleve of Southern beating the race favorite Sylvia Chelangat. 53.70. Very impressive from the young lady, Damaris Nduleve of Southern. Yesterday she clocked 55.70. Today 53.70. She just improved on her time, and you could see from the 150 mark, Sylvia Chelangat was in a very comfortable lead. But then Nduleve decided, this is my race. I'm going to Colombia. I'm going to represent Kenya in the 400 meters. And guess what? She did it in style. You can see the 2. They know they've qualified for Cali, Colombia in the 400 meters women, and we'll have 2 very able representatives in this distance at the World Junior Championships.
And into that one, that is Sylvia Chelangat in lane number 4, coming in strongly on the bench. Who will try catch up with her? Watch out for Damaris Nduleve also coming in very strongly. It's down to the 2. It is Nduleve and Chelangat heading. Nduleve taking the lead for the first time. Chelangat struggling. Will she catch up with Nduleve? Dulevic going on the
That is Elkanah Chemelil in lane number 4. Stoili of North Rift, Hilary Misiku of North Rift, and Gilbert Jamaa of Nyanza South. Completing the matrix is Francis Kimeu of Southern. .60 is the time required for these young men to attain, to be considered for selection to represent the country at the World Junior Championships. Francis Kimeu there. And there you go. Smooth and sweet from these athletes. Watch out for Elkanah Chemelil in lane number 4, taking the lead after 100 meters of this one. And you can see this young man is really confident. Watch out for Sebastian Sinotti also in lane number 3. Samuel Toili coming in also strongly, but then Chemelil is actually taking that bend very nicely and extending his lead just ahead of Samuel Toili. But then look out for this young man, Sebastian Sinotti, coming in strongly. But it is Chemelil storming home in this one. Will he attain the qualification time? Way ahead of the rest. What will be the time? 46.20, and of course making it to Colombia.
These are very competitive races. 46.22 high jump men.
Elkanah Chemelil, Nyanza South, born on 29th of April 2004, winning that one. 46.22 is the time recorded. He's improved on his time set in the semifinals, and of course earning that ticket to represent the country at the World Junior Championship. That's the end of the 400 meters men, and we'll be looking forward to field events also coming up. The high jump men, there is the javelin, all these coming up in a bit. There's the 3,000 meters women final. We have the likes of Joylyn Chekemoi, who won her semi-final, Betty Chelangat, Miriam Chemutai, Nancy Japleting Meli, Nancy Cherop, Marion Chepngetich, all competing in this one. Faith Chebet, Faith Kimutai, Diana Cherotich, Deborah Chemutai, Margaret Ngoiri, and Iska Chelangat, some of the athletes that will be competing in the 3,000 meters final. But then that is the javelin final for the men. We have the likes of Samuel Kilonzo, Joshua Muteti, Hassan Diema, Ernest Nderitu, Hilary Kipkoech Korir. 69 meters is the scale they need to throw, is the distance they need to throw rather. At the moment, all these athletes trying hard to ensure that that happens. As we await for the start of the 3,000 meters, maybe Willie Wex, from your walk around, maybe you have a little bit of information about what we haven't seen on our screens.
I had D2 and met up with journalists who have been covering this event for the last 2 days, and quite some feedback. So many people are impressed with what is taking place with the juniors transitioning to senior level, as we had a word with Janet Jepkoske, the main express that we've had for years, and before the expressway was built here in Nairobi, and giving us just insights of how she's been, this athletics, the 800 meters, has taken her places, and now it's time for her, as she nurtures younger athletes into the sport. Now, don't forget that now she is a coach, and she's been doing a great job, and we've seen her athletes transition from junior to senior, and we've seen them do some amazing things at national qualifiers, even the likes of Wanyonyi. So it's been a good transition for her as she moved from an athlete and not just disappear as a former athlete, but to move from an athlete into a coach. Now we move into the women's 3,000 meters finals, and what Greg was bringing you to speed was the start list, which we have the likes of Joylene Chekemoi, Betty Chelangat, Miriam Chemutai, Nasi Chepleting Meli, coming all the way from the Central Rift, Nancy Cherop from North Rift, Marion Chengetich from Central Rift, Faith Chebet from South Rift, Faith Kimutai, Western, Diana Cherotich. Diana Cherotich coming from North Rift, Deborah Chemutai coming from Central Rift. We have Margaret Ngoiri from Central, Iska Chelangat from Nairobi, Judith Chepkoech from Central Rift. Well, the qualifiers time, we're looking for 9:32 in this race, 9:32, and I'm looking from this list that I have here. I'm seeing, I think it's from the list of 15, I'm seeing 4 who did not make that time when they were running in the semi-finals. So here we go with the start of the 3,000 meter women flat. This is not a steeplechase, this is the 3,000 meter flat. And here we go. This is where they attain, they have to complete 7.5 laps. What they're covering immediately is the half. They'll be covering the half, then proceed to cover the remaining 7 laps. And here we go, as 7 laps to go. This is the commencement of this. This is the final. These athletes had their chance yesterday, and they've been able to make the finals. They were good in their respective semis, and this group of 15 athletes, 14 athletes, you remember, it was the fastest from the 2 semi-finals who have made their way to join this final today. And this one will be followed immediately by the men's 3,000 meters finals. Betty Chelangata taking the lead and deciding she's booked her own ticket to Cali. And there are others looking at her and wondering, you think we don't have a tours agent who's going to get for us a ticket? So it's going to be a push and pull at the start as Betty Chelangat takes the lead with two athletes right over both her shoulders, the right and left shoulder, someone right next to her with 6 laps to go, what we can say 5.5 laps to go as it stands right now as they've passed the 200 meter mark. This is the 3,000 meter flat. Those who are joining us, wherever you're joining us from, on her right we have Diana Cherotich. This you can tell us through the socials on where you're watching us from. How's the weather? Is it more beautiful than Nairobi? I doubt. In Nairobi today the weather is amazing. Very good for athletics. 5 laps to go. Right now we have Marion Chengetich and Diana Cherotich on the leading pack as they keep pushing, and I've noticed Betty Chelangat is getting herself back, and there's another surge right there. Now you're getting Diana Cherotich and Joylene Chekemoi taking another surge, so I'm not sure really who's going to take this race, but I'm happy the way there's an interchange every few laps with the person who's taking lead. As we watch this race, the men's javelin is taking place in the middle of the field. Very good push, very good drive. As they cross Diana Cherotich right there with Joylene Chekemoi, still the first two with 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. Some entertainment right there. Can hear some music coming from artists from the Rift Valley of Kenya. Diana Cherotich and Joylene Chekemoi still pushing each other for the win, not pushing each other out of the win. So it's whoever decides, I push, you come again, you do another push. So with 4 laps to go, it's a very good run by these athletes. The field is totally wide open as we have a pack of five athletes, and then right behind them, like 5 meters or so, there's one athlete. Then like a distance of like 10-15 meters, there's another athlete. So it's just how well can they maintain this. Joylene Chepkemoi and Diana Cherotich still maintaining that lead with 3 laps to go. That's 1,200 meters of running for this strong field. Let's not forget that Betty Chelangat is also part of that pack. And from what we saw in the semi-finals yesterday, she has a very good push. She did a good push going into the end of that race. So watch out for Joylene Chekemoi, Betty Chelangat, Miriam Chemutai, Nancy Chepleting, and any other party who's in that top 3. Joylin Chekemoi, Diana Cherotich with 2 laps, and Betty Chelangat. Yes. Nancy Cherop, Joylin Chekemoi, and Betty Chelangat in that leading pack. It's anyone's race as we come into less than 600 meters to go as we take the last 100 meters before the bell. Joylin Chekemoi right there in the front with Betty Chelangat and Nancy Cherop. So here comes the bell. So who's going for it? So let's see who has more depth as they take the last 400 meters, or can say the last 350 meters. A very good push, and Joylin Chekemoi in the orange bib, and right on right is Nancy Cherop in black, and don't forget Betty Chelangat in green. So here we go into the last 200 meters. Betty Chelangat has decided my ticket to Cali, Colombia is booked. For you, Joylin Chekemoi and Nancy Cherop, you can figure out yourselves on who else will be joining me. But for Betty Chelangat has opened the turbo, as we said, and right behind her is Nancy Cherop. And looking at the time is 8:44. We're looking for a qualifying time of 9:32, and Betty Chelangat there is able to cross the finish line in a time of 8:51:34. 8:51:34, very impressive. And right behind her, Betty Chelangat, followed right behind by Nancy Cherop, and in third place is the one and only Joylin Chekemoi, who was leading for a bigger part of this race. I hope she gets a wild card, because that was a very good push, and she'll be a very good team player if she's added onto the team to participate in Cali, Colombia from the 1st to the 6th of August 2022. Greg, observations from these 3 athletes. We had Betty Chelangat taking it, followed closely by Nancy Cherop, and Joylin Chekemoi was third.
Actually, before the race, I was rooting for Joylin Chekemoi in this one, but then Betty Chelangat winning that one in 8:51:34, and of course confirming her ticket to Cali in Colombia. Nancy Cherop also very, very impressive, especially in the last lap of this race. I think Joylin just ran out of gas, having led for some 800 meters, but then it is Betty Chelangat and Nancy Cherop for the World Junior Championships. And we are on to the 3,000 meters men final. The likes of Ismail Kirui, this is the 3,000 meters finals. Michael Temoy, Ismail Kirui, Edwin Kim Songong, Jonathan Chepkoech, Dennis Mutuku, Gideon Kipngetich of Nairobi, Gilbert Kiprotich of Central Rift, Kelvin Kiplangat of Central Rift, Bernard Yegon of South Rift. There is Daniel Kinyanjui, Nairobi, Felix Kiptarus, North Rift, Kibet Ndiwa, Western, Charles Rotich, North Rift, Evans Kiplagat, Central Rift, Alex Nzioka, Southern. There go the 3,000 meters final. Michael Temoi is the fastest man in this field in bib number 201. Remember the call, 7 laps to go. 8:15 is the standard time required for this one, and it's already very, very fast after 400 meters. Michael Temoi, Ismail Kirui, Edwin Kim Songong, Kimosong, Jonathan Kipkoech. There's Gideon Kipngetich, the favorites in this one. 6.5 laps to go. The 3,000 meters still very, very fast. Gilbert Kiprotich of Central Rift having that early lead, controlling the pace in this one. I hope he gets the tactics right. Charles Rotich in second place. Gilbert Kiprotich still in the lead. 4 laps to go in this one. Up to now, just as they started, no one has been left behind. So it's really, really packed. And this shows you that all these athletes are psyched up and want to qualify for the World Junior Championships. Still in the lead is Gilbert Kiprotich of Central Rift, qualified for the final in a time of 8 minutes, 1.23 seconds. He's still in the lead with Charles Rotich of North Rift in second place. Let's see how it goes. Nothing much to separate these athletes, but now the lead has been exchanged. Watch out for Michael Temoi. Had the fastest time coming into the final, but then it's still Rotich and Kiprotich. Got 3 laps to go. And it's really, really fast. Nothing much to separate all these athletes, and you can feel that it will be very, very close to call. Charles Otich still in the picture there, so is Gilbert Kiprotich.
Greg, I'm looking at this race, and it still looks a bit clogged with is it 3 laps to go? I'm just wondering, is it the best tactic, or should someone try and open it up, or is it to your disadvantage if you try and open it up and then the tactic gets you off?
Actually, I think both athletes have been, every athlete has been told what to do at what stage, and you can see it's very evident right now that no one really wants to take the lead, with though Charles Rotich is trying to separate the rest of the field. But what comes out of this is that all these athletes are capable of attaining that qualification time, and that's why they're so close to each other. The quality is in this field is very, very high, and you can see everyone knows they have a chance. And Felix Kiptarus taking the lead for the first time with Edwin Kim On-song from Western. But then nothing much to separate these boys, these young men who know that this is their chance to represent the country at the World Junior Championships. We are almost heading towards the business end of this one, and Rotich has dropped off a little bit. Heading into the last 800 meters of this one. And now it's business time. The boys have been separated from the rest of the pack, and they head into the bell. It's the last lap of this one. What will be the time? Felix Kiptarus in the lead. Daniel Kinyanjui also in the mix. Michael Temoi in the mix, and it's really, really fast. Heading into the 200-meter mark on the bend. Watch out on the inside, that is Temoi, but then in the lead. It is Michael Temoi, came in with the fastest time. Heading in the final. He's confirmed that. Look at those long strides by Michael Temoi. He's just making sure that he stays comfortable, and he will be winning this one in a time of 7 minutes and 50 seconds. That is Michael Temoi, the favorite.
And Greg, he nicks off a second from his time of qualifiers, which was 7:51.76. He does 7:50 flat. It was very good of Michael Temoi going into, he's gotten his air ticket booked. Greg, who else should we be looking at? Who else was in that leading pack? It was him, and was it also Gilbert Kiprotich? Michael Temoi takes that one, and will be awaiting the official communication on who was second place in that 3,000 meter flat, as we move straight away to the women's 200 meters finals. And I'm looking at Greg and wondering, from yesterday's 100 meters, I'm seeing what will be good to say some usual suspects in this lineup of the 200 meter women's finals. Greg?
It's the 200 meters women final, and have Okoth Paradise Sarah Roby, Wilfrida Chepkoech, Beatrice Nyanchoka, Jacqueline Mikayo, Sharon Mora, Diana Kisa, and Ann Batha. Which, that's Diana Batha in lane number 8, trying out her blocks just to ensure that there's no mishap. In lane number 7, you can see Diana Kisa also trying out, trying to find out if there's anyone in lane number 6. But it is the 200 meters women final. Waiting for the official introduction of these athletes. Okoth Paradise, Sarah Orobi, Wilfrida Chepkoech, Beatrice Nyanchoka, Jacqueline Mikayo, Sharon Mura, Diana Kisa, and Ann Batha. Benson Pito is watching all the way from Ethiopia in Asela town. Matthew Kisa says the event lineup again, my good people. I'll be giving you that shortly. Watching live from Nairobi's AB Ambenza, Elias Omukule. Okoth Paradise in lane number 1 there. Sarah Orobi missing there. And that is Wilfrida Nyanchoka, Jacqueline Mikayo, Diana Kisa in lane number 7, and Anbitha of North Rift. So missing is Sarah Orobi of Nyanza South in lane number 2. There's 200 meters women final. Remember, 24.40 is the time. So watch out for Mikayo in lane number 5. Watch out for Sharon Mora in lane number 6. These are the athletes that almost attained the qualification time during the semis. So as we await for the start of this race, keep your comments coming in. Sally Kariti from Langata, Elijah Koech from Eldoret, Ocheng Felix says Wayne is on point, knows the race very well. Watching from Kamwasor is Ezekiel Makinon. Elias Omukure from Ndura Sports Complex in Kitale as we wait for the start of the 200 meters women final. Watch out for Sharon Mora and Jacqueline Mikayo, lane number 5, and off they go nicely. And you can see Beatrice Nyanchoka got off the blocks really, really well. But then watch out for Sharon Mora coming in very, very smoothly. It is Jacqueline Mikayo of Southern storming into victory. What will be the time here? 25.49 is Sharon Mora's time. Just didn't get that time right. But I think in the last 20 meters, she slowed a little bit and did not attain the 24.40 qualification time set for this one. Sharon Morao, Nyanza South, the winner.
Wilfrida Chepkoech on your screen as we move to the men's edition of the 200-meter men's finals. Greg, one of your favorite athletes is also in this one, and actually both of them. I'm looking at Shadrack Wasilwa and Daniel Simiyu.
Both of them had a very good 100 meters, and this is what we'll be looking forward to. 21.93 Shadrack Wasilwa in the semi-finals, 22.19 Daniel Simiyu, and of course the qualification time is 21 seconds, 0.40. And looking at the timings here, Wasilwa 21.93 on Friday, and Simiyu's 22.19. This will be very, very interesting. Remember, Wasilwa just missed qualifying for the 100 meters by a whisker, and he knows that he has some work to do to attain 21.40 in the 200 meters. Remember, he qualified in 21.93 for the finals, and this is one person will be really watching keenly. He'll be running in lane number 3. Jonathan Wambua is also one to watch. By the way, Joseph Lepatey is in this race, so this will be very interesting. He did not take part in the 100 meters. That is lane number 1, Danson Kibet. The runner from Central Rift. Lane 3, Shadrack Wasilwa. That is Daniel Simiyu, Jonathan Wambua, Lepatey in this one. Another brilliant sprinter. And that's Lemayan of Central.
Greg, just tell us which lanes to really watch out for.
Of course, there's a new boy in the matrix. Lane number 6, Lepatey. Lane number 3, Wasilwa and Simiyu. Watch out for lane number 3, lane number 4 and 6. The final of the 200 meters. And off we go. Lepatey off the blocks really nicely. Watch out for Daniel Simiyu in lane number 4. Shadrack Wasilwa in lane number 3. It's really impressive. But Lepatey coming in very strongly. It is Lepatey versus Wambua, but Lepatey saved the best for the last. 21.43. Just a fraction of the qualification time. Wasilwa saw dust.
I'm feeling as if he had exhausted all the power in the 100 meters, because even the first 50 meters was not really good, as the other athletes had taken a very good lead going into it. But I'm super impressed by the two athletes who I would say were not really much in the radar from their qualifying times, but Joseph Lepatey. I remember yesterday in the qualifiers, he had a mishap when they were starting, and this is him confirming how well to get back into it. This race was taken by Joseph Lepatey, followed closely by Joseph Wambua, and Shadrack Wasilwa was third, and fourth was Daniel Simiyu. Greg, the future of Kenya in the sprints is secure through some hard work being put to these athletes. What's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely with proper training and having mentors like Ferdinand Omanyala and the likes will definitely push these young boys and young girls to ensuring that at least they maintain that consistency. But Lepatey did not take part in the 100 meters, saved the best for the last. In the 200 meters, did not attain the qualification standard time of 21.40. And as we can see in the replay, Lepatey straight away knew that he was the favorite by taking off the blocks really, really, really nicely. He had issues with his hamstring coming into this race, but he made sure that he shrugged the stiff competition from Jonathan Wambua. Nobody gave them a chance, but this was a race that Lepatey knew was going to be his, and just showing his quality there and winning that one. Joseph Lepatey maybe will be looking for this young man later on to see, or rather hear his views on this one, because he seems to be struggling with an injury, but then 21.46 is the time he posted to win this one. And we'll also be awaiting for the official timings for this one. Remember, if you're joining us, it's day 2 of the World Under-20 Trials, and we're live from the Nyayo National Stadium. Right, Chilchil looks really, really strong. Is she the athlete that we've been waiting for? Will she be the one to dominate this 800-meter scene? It is very composed. Look at her. Confidence, and you can see it. She's really, really strong. Nelly Jepchirchir of Central Rift, born on 4th of June 2003, taking the bend on the 200-meter mark. On the inside also, coming very, very strongly, is Evelyn Chepkoech, but then Nelly Jepchirchir, really strong, heading into the 100-meter mark. On the inside, Jepchirchir trying really hard to ensure that she is in the right place. On Evelyn Chepkoech will resign to finishing second, but then Nelly Jepchirchir, very, very strong. She hasn't even broken a sweat, winning this one in a time of 2 minutes. 2.6. Evelyn Chepkoech comes in second. 2.02 seconds is the time. This was a very confident run from Jepchirchir. She is really, really strong, and she just shows you why. And she gets a hug from her coach, Janet Jepkosgei, former world champion. And that shows you that whoever is coming from Janet's camp is one to watch, by the way. That was really, really strong. From Nelly Jepchirchir, the lanky but very talented 800 meters runner. And it's down to the main event. Robert Kimutai, Brian Kiptum, Eli Kibet, Koitalol Kitasi, Dominic Kipto, Gideon Lemaran, Brian Mwange, Collins Kibiwot. Who's going to get the 151 time, or rather the first 2 positions, because we know these athletes will actually attain that time.
Greg, this being the last and final race at the trials for the World Under-20 Championships to be held in Cali, Colombia, starting off from the 1st of August. We're looking at this start list, and it has the likes of Robert Kimutai, Brian Kiptum, Eli Kibet, Koitalol Kitasi, Dominic Kipto, Gideon Lemarian, Brian Mwange, and Collins Kibiwot. This is going to be a very fast race. People to watch, the guys to watch for this one is Koitalol Kitasi, who posted a time of 1:48. Greg, you remember Koitalol in lane 4. This was a very strong runner in the semi-final. So how well they pursue this one is something to watch. So looking at that lineup, I'm expecting a surge. Looking at lane 4 and 5, where we have Koitalol Kitasi and Dominic Kipto. It's a tactical race. You have to be smart Also to note that today there was no disqualification, Greg. I'm super happy about that because yesterday we had plenty of them and wasn't really good for their taking the looking at Koitalol on the outer lane, pushing it to come and get pushing it so that we can get into some good setting and good timing as they take into the 100-meter mark as they head to get the bell. And here goes the bell. Here goes the bell. I've seen Brian Mwange on the outer lane at a time a split of 54. So now it's everyone's race. It's everyone's race. And at the 300-meter mark is where I remember David Lekuta Rudisha putting a surge. And here we go, going to the 200-meter mark. Koitalol Kitasi taking the outer lane and as anticipated, he is giving the big push. The first to get automatic qualification into, and a very good push, a very good, I'm looking at the time, 1:45.73. 1:45.73 at juniors level. Greg, I'm super impressed with our young man because I'm looking at the 1:41 by David Lekuta Rudishak. By David Lekuta Rudishak having been set in London 2012, looking at a threat in the next couple of years. Not really that we are done with the races of the day, is just that I was looking at the wrong program and schedule of the day. We have the steeplechase coming up in the next few. But for this one, the race was won by Koitalol Kitasi in the in the 800-meter final.
Actually, Koitalol Kitasi finished second in that race, and both of them have qualified for the final. I wonder, you say the last event, and we've yet to see the Kenyan race, that is the steeplechase.
Bro, you gave me the wrong program.
And we'll start with the women final of the 3,000-meter steeplechase.
Greg, before we go into the 3,000-meter steeplechase finals, it's been a very great day. We're looking at 2 more races to completion of this. And as you said, we've gone to the traditional, where we'll be looking at who's the next Kemboy, who's the next Conseslus Kipruto, who's the next Beatrice. So, Greg, as we look into this, and as we remind you, wherever you're watching us from, please keep us engaged. Tell us where you're watching us from. We'll be glad to interact with you. We'll wish to be part of the day today that is happening here in Nyayo Stadium. Greg, going into the steeplechase.
Going into the steeplechase, we have the likes of Celestine Chepkosgei, Evelyn Kelly, Naomi Kemboi, Naomi Yator, Dorothy Kimutai, Pamela Kosgei, Karen Chepkosgei, Faith Cherotich, Diana Chepkemoi, Triza Cherotich, Naomi Chepkemoi, Bena Yego, Ann Nenkob, and Charity Jepkorir. I know Peruth Chemutai from Uganda will be watching this one keenly, the Olympic champion.
Oh, yes. Everyone is looking for how well they can be able to get a piece of the action. So wherever you are, you can tune in to the Athletics Kenya TV and be able to join us from wherever you are across the world. You can join us on YouTube, you can join us on Facebook. It's been a great 2-day affair of Kenya, Team Kenya, looking for the future that is the future that is the under 20s. So wherever you are able to join us from, please do join us on the socials and be able to be part of this, so that whenever these kids make it, or these young people make it into the national team at the senior level, you're not surprised on where they're from. You're able to look back and say, I remember that so and so. I can say, I remember the likes of Judith Kemunto, Evelyn Chepkoech. I can say, I can remember Jacqueline Mikayo. I can remember Garrison Erege. I can remember Daniel Kosen. I can be able to say, I remember Jacqueline Mikayo. All these people in their respective races. Daniel Simio, Shadrach Wasilwa. How well we can say we've seen them through the junior levels transition into the senior level. So wherever you can, not forgetting the 200-meter men, where we have Joseph Lepate doing some wonders and obliterating that entire field that had Shadrach Wasilwa and Daniel Simiu. So wherever you work, join in, share the links with your family. We have the two of the final races, which are what we call the Kenyan Birthright, which is the women's steeplechase, and then followed by the men's steeplechase. As this is ongoing, the discuss final is taking place at the discuss final is happening in the middle of the field, and right there we can see the women, the under 20 women who are joining in, for the start of this second last event of the day. Looking at the start list, it has the likes of Celestine Chopkeske, Evelyn Kelly, Naomi Kemboi, Naomi Ator, Dorothy Kimutai, Pamela Koske, Karen Jeskoske, Faith Cherotich, Diana Chepkemoi, Teresa Cherotich, Naomi Chepkemoi, Ben Ayego, Annie Enkob, Charity Jepkorir, Evelyn Siombua, and Celestine Biwot. This is the steeplechase comparison with the 3,000 meter flat, where for this one you have to go over the hurdles, and not forgetting there is the water hurdle that's usually part of this race. As the stadium announcer is going through the start list, just a reminder that this is the second last event of the day before Team Kenya is announced officially here at the Nyayo National Stadium. The team to represent Kenya at the World Under-20 Championships slated to take place in Cali, Colombia from the 4th to the 6th of August. And here starts the steeplechase. This race has 16 athletes. Don't forgetting, when they're doing the first run, they go around the water hurdle. They don't go over the hurdle as they set themselves up to come to be told that they have now 7 laps to go. As they're coming round to be informed now with 7 laps to go. And then they approach the first hurdle, and here starts the jumps. Don't forget to engage with us and tell us where you're watching us from, whichever part of the world. You're in Nairobi, you can be in New York, you can be in Delhi, you can be in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Wherever you're joining us from, just give us a shout. We'll revert back and just recognize wherever you are. Looking at this rate, there's already a surge, and I can see with like 6.5 laps to go, there's already a pack of 5 that has gone forward. Dorothy Kimutai with the lead right there with 6 laps to go. Dorothy Kimutai leading a pack of 5 as they've decided they're not taking any excuses into this one. Dorothy wants a ticket to confirm that the surge she's looking at setting some very good times in Cali, Colombia, as the rest are still deliberating on pushing and pursuing her. The field has already been opened up, and I think the athlete who is further behind is around 200 meters behind Dorothy Kimutai, with yet another surge as they proceed into the 200-meter mark. As they go over the hurdle, and there goes Dorothy Kimutai. Very good run there by Dorothy Kimutai, who's really opened up this field with 5 laps to go. Very good stride, very good poise, very good composure going over the hurdle. And as you may notice, ladies' hurdles compared to the gents' hurdles are slightly lower. Dorothy Kimutai is still on the lead, going over the water hurdle. And we keep pursuing and keep pushing. Four laps to go. Dorothy Kimutai is still on the lead. Dorothy Kimutai followed not closely by Diana Chepkemoi from South Rift. This is a battle of North and South Rift as they pursue with 4 laps to go. Dorothy Kimutai going over the hurdle, while Diana Chepkemoi now going over the hurdle. This is a race that Kenya has embraced over the years. We were not as good at, believe it was The championship was being held by Europeans, I think, Eastern European countries. But once Kenya took and put attention to it, they've never looked back. And it's just quite unfortunate that Beatrice, the defending 3,000 meter steeplechase world record holder and world champion, is not going to be part of the World Championships in Oregon later in July. 3 laps to go. As Dorothy Kimutai is still pursuing a very good surge, and right now she's more than 20 meters ahead of Diana Chepkemoi. So 3 laps to go, and what we can say is close to 2.5 for Dorothy Kimutai, who is now pursuing the athlete who's not fastest amongst all the athletes. And what we say in Formula One, striking distance in the next 2 minutes or in the next 3 laps. For this one, we can say striking distance by Dorothy Kimutai in the next 20 or so seconds shall be already overlapping a compatriot of hers.
2 laps to go.
Apologies from my end as the leader is Faith Cherotich from South Rift. Faith Cherotich from South Rift, who's followed not closely by Diana Chepkemoi, both of them from South Rift. And as we look at Faith Cherotich, who has 2 laps to go, what we can say is now 1.5 laps to go, as Faith Cherotich with less than 600 meters to go. Very good running. Faith Cherotich already obliterated the field, as the person who's closest to her is more than 100 meters behind. We're looking for a qualifying time of 10:36, but as Faith is pursuing and pushing this race, we expect fireworks going into the last lap as she gets her bell with a split of 8:06, and she's past another runner overlapping second athlete. She's now better composed. Now she's just managing the field, managing the speed. Second place is Diana Chepkemoi, who's getting her bell right now. Faith Cherotich has 300 meters to go. Faith Cherotich has less than 300 meters to go. And what we can see from where we're looking at it, she's totally obliterated this field. Greg.
Yes, bronze medalist from the last World Junior event, and she's here to improve on her time, and you can see she's really strong heading into the last 100 meters. That is Faith Cherotich coming in strongly, born on 7th July 2004, this World Junior bronze medalist, out to confirm that she's ready to dominate the world and winning this one impressively in a time of 9 minutes 18.26 seconds. Now I feel she's ready for gold because she's dominated from the start to the end, and we saw what she did at the Kip Keino Classic. She's now won the World Under-20 trials, and the runner from South Rift has already ensured that she is earning that ticket just ahead of Diana Chepkemoi of South Rift. 2 athletes from the same camp booking their places in the World Juniors. Faith Cherotich won bronze in the last championships, and she's already confirmed that she's ready to take on the world in this one. That is the 3,000 meters steeplechase women final. Faith Cherotich winning in a time of 9 minutes, 18.26 seconds, ahead of Diana Chepkemoi of South Rift, also 9 minutes, 48 seconds. The last event of the day will be the 3,000 meter steeplechase men final. If you're joining us, you're not yet late, because after this there is the naming of Team Kenya for the World Under-20 Championships. And that signals the end of the 3,000 meters steeplechase for the women, and we are ready for the last event of the day, that is the steeplechase men final.
That was the end of the women's 3,000 meters steeplechase.
One more event to go, that is
We move on to
the 3,000 meter steeplechase men.
we will give you information on the next event as we get it. Thank you. Thank you.
Remember, the men's event will be the last in these trials. Afterwards, the Kenyan team for the World Under-20 Championships will be named. In the men's steeplechase final, Peter Rono, Alan Kiplagat, Emmanuel Wafula, Aaron Kibet, Josh Ruto, Enoch Kipkorir, Johanna Ewoi, Edward Serem, Samson Kipyegon, Evans Kipkosgei, and Yona Kimutai.
Dunia nzima nikaona wanariadha wote wa Kenya wakikimbia kutoka mbio za marathon, mbio za nyika, mbio za viwanja na hata kutembea. Na hizo ni zile nchi tunaweza kusema ni nchi kubwa kubwa sana zenye iktisadi kubwa ama uchumi kubwa, ikiwemo Marekani, Uchina, Japani, Ujerumani, Ufaransa, Uingereza, Italia, Uswizi, Ureno, Hispania, Ugiriki na nchi kama hizo. Hivyo basi ni kumaanisha Kenya tunazidi kuwa taifa kubwa sana, licha kwamba tuko katika bara la Afrika, lakini dunia nzima ukitaja nchi ukose kutaja Kenya, kutokamana na matokeo mazuri sana ya wanariadha wetu. Manake sisi kama taifa la Kenya ndio wenye wanariadha wengi sana. Hivi basi naweza kusema tuko na ukwasi mkubwa sana wa talanta ama vipaji vya wanariadha, kutoka vijana na vile vile wale waliozidi umri wa miaka 20. Asante sana.
It's been 2 days of action, and you can see fans in the stadium enjoying every bit of action here at the Nyayo National Stadium. And we are ready for the last event of the day, actually on track. That is the 3,000 meters men final. Afterwards, we'll have the naming of the team, and the athletes will get ready to represent the country at the World Junior Athletics Championships to be held in Cali, Colombia. If you're joining us, welcome aboard. Remember, these trials were sponsored by ABSA, Coca-Cola, the Ministry of Sports, and of course, Athletics Kenya. The officials preparing for the start of this race as the athletes getting ready for this one, checking out in the call room, and definitely Wex looks to be very excited. I know you've had 2 days of action, commentary, and right now maybe there's something that you want to share.
Greg, the first thing I want to recognize is the Wakadinali. It's Subaru Mambaru. Mekam na imeja. Very good entertainment. It's a very good fun-filled day. It's been a good 2 days of action here in Nyayo Stadium. We've been with you here with Greg Mulemi and the production team from Athletics Kenya TV. It's been a fun-filled event. We've been able to see the future of Kenya athletics as we await the last and final race. I can say proudly that I'm happy with what I've seen. The young people look more than interested into seeing how well they can replace the seniors over the years. So for me, those are my pointers coming into this championship.
Yeah, definitely. And we hope the team that will be selected here will be a team that brings that world title home. Remember, we are out to defend the title won here in Nairobi last year. And also, we won the title in Finland in 2018. And certainly this is a day we know who is who in terms of those who represent the country at the World Under-20 Athletics Championships. If you're joining us wherever you are, welcome aboard. The last race of the day is just a few minutes away, and a few adjustments here and there to have everything ready for the last event of the day. We'll be finding out why there's this delay, but certainly everything has gone very, very smoothly in the last 2 days, and of course the last race should be very, very exciting.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Waiting for the start of the 3,000 meters steeplechase final. plenty of activity at the water jump. I think it's been sorted and everything should be ready in a minute or so. So just stick around and wait for action. You can see also activity from the call room, meaning that everything has been sorted out and we'll be ready to see who's gonna get that ticket and represent the country in Cali, Colombia. Some match officials enjoying themselves, enjoying the sunshine, a rare sunshine in Nairobi during this month of July, and it's been a very good day of action, and we are waiting to see what really caused the delay, and I'm sure afterwards we'll have the last action of the day here at the Nyayo National Stadium. Remember, we've had athletes giving us entertainment, and we also have had athletes share their views. Remember, our Purity Tape Crew and Brenda Chebet finished first and second in the women's 1500 meters. Purity Tape Crew is saying that she wasn't feeling well, but she's out to defend her title. Samuel Kibathi Wanjiru won the 5,000 meters race. Remember, Samuel Kibathi is based in Japan and is a Form 2 student at Kurashiki School in Japan. Margaret Gatti won the 10,000 meters walk race for the women. And we'll have a few more interviews thereafter, and Willie Wex will be heading down there to see what's really happening.
A lot has been happening at this juncture. We are yet to get the call-up of the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase, because even Greg, from my start list, I'm worried because it has a mere 12 participants. The women had 16 participants, and I'm wondering what's the merit determining why the men should be less, but we'll get clarity in a few as we await the officials at the call room to make the final call. They're yet to make the final call for the 3,000 meter steeplechase for men, but from where I'm standing, I'm able to see the athletes head towards the officials. So I'm guessing Greg is about to get cranking in this final race.
A few consultations and words from the match of, and we are ready, by the way, and everything has been sorted out, and the 3,000 meter steeplechase men final will get underway. 12 athletes, 2 places to the Cali finals in Colombia. Peter Rono, South Rift, born 3rd of October 2004, coming into the final in a time of 8 minutes, 39.63 seconds. Alan Kiplagat, North Rift, 8:41.87 is the time he attained. Emmanuel Wafula, Western, Aaron Kibet, South Rift, Joash Ruto, South Rift, Enoch Kipkorir, Nairobi, Johanna Ewoy, North Rift, Edward Serem, North Rift, Samson Kipyegon, Nairobi, Evans Kipkosgei, Central Rift, and Yona Kimutai of Western. Looking at the timings set by these athletes, really, really impressive. Of course, 10 of them already have attained that time. So we are ready for the 3,000 meter steeplechase. We're ready for the 3,000 meter steeplechase, the last event of the day, happening here at the Nyayo National Stadium on this sunny Saturday afternoon. Remember, after this we'll have the team naming straight afterwards. Edwin Kibiwot of Emmanuel Afula of Western, 8:42.25. Johanna Ewoy. There's Edwin Kibiwot. And this promises to be a spectacle. The finalists of the 3,000 meter steeplechase: Peter Rono, Alan Kiplagat, Emmanuel Wafula.
This is what we call our birthright. I'm here with Greg Mulemi. Greg, we have less than 10 minutes until we call it a wrap and go proceed with the weekend as we watch the Simbas play against Uganda at 4 p.m. This is a very good race, and they've gone the first distance without going over the hurdle, and as they got the 7 laps to go, they go over the hurdle, and here we go with the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Greg.
The last event of the day, and this is what many fans who came at the Nyayo National Stadium wanted to witness. Who will reign supreme? We know Kenya has been dominating in this distance, and it's time to get new stars, because last year we lost the Olympic crown to Morocco. We have the World Championships in the next 2 weeks. What will happen there as they take the first water jump? Gay and Enoch Kipkorir still leading.
What we used to have traditionally, where we'll have a pool of athletes pursuing the steeplechase. Greg.
The tide has gone down a little bit in the senior level, but then in the juniors we have very good steeplechase runners. Like right now we have the likes of Aaron Kibet, who's now leading the rest of the field, and Emmanuel Wafula of Western also coming in very, very strongly. But then we all know what Kenya is capable of doing, and it has been producing world-class athletes in this one. And Edward Serem is also one of the athletes to watch in this one. But I'm looking forward to having a team that will be able to maintain the status quo of Kenya in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. And I believe we're capable of retaining the world title.
Very true, Greg. Both at junior and senior level. We're looking at sweeping the steeplechase here when the team lands in Oregon, when they land in Oregon for the World Championships, when they land in Commonwealth, when they land in Birmingham for the Commonwealth, and when they land in Cali, Colombia for the World Under 20. We have to showcase our prowess in this field. With now 600 meters to go.
Expecting stiff competition heading into the second last water jump there, and you can see
3,000 meters steeplechase. 1 lap to go in the men's 3,000.
1 lap to go in this one, and they're headed to the bell. Peter Rono leading the way from South Rift. Came in here 8:39. He's leading, and Emmanuel Wafula of Western in second place. It's Emmanuel Wafula versus Peter Rono. Samson Kipyegon. He had a lead in the first few laps, but then look at that, Wafula challenging Rono. They look really strong, but when it goes to the last water jump, that's where it matters most. Who will have a clean one? Is it Rono or Wafula? Rono takes it well, stumbles a little bit. Wafula takes matters into his own hands on the inside. Emmanuel Wafula coming in strongly and taking the lead for the first time. Peter Rono in second place as they head to the last hurdle of this one. It is Emmanuel Wafula of Western storming into victory unexpectedly in this one, celebrating his feat, and he'll cross the line in a time of 8 minutes 32.10. Peter Rono finishing second, but then Emmanuel Wafula shocking the rest of the field to win this one.
Greg, that was really impressive from Emmanuel Wafula, who was toying with the leaders. He was never taking lead until the last 200 meters when he pushed his surge, and he was able to get all the way to the win of this 3,000 meter steeplechase, and he'll be the team leader for the steeplechase, or just a participant. Let me not say team leader, because tactically that we leave it to our very good friend, the coach of the steeplechase team. So, Greg, as you just wind it up, I wish to have seen Janet Jepkowski just passing. Let me just grab to get a hold of her as we wind up with this one.
Edwin Emmanuel Wafula winning the 3,000 meters steeplechase, the last event of the day, confirming that he'll be representing the country at the World Junior Athletics Championships to be held in Cali, Colombia. Peter Rono of South Rift finished second in that one, and all of them will be heading to Colombia. Very good 2 days of action here at the Nyayo National Stadium. And that is the last event of the day, the steeplechase, and everyone seems to have gotten what they wanted, enjoyed every bit of action from Friday, and today it's really sunny in Nairobi, and everyone else who came down here must have enjoyed from the races we saw, including the last minute upset from Emmanuel Wafula, who's confirmed that he is the best junior in the steeplechase for the men. After this, we'll have the Team Kenya named, and athletes will be prepared for camp ahead of the World Junior Championships to be held in Colombia in the South American continent.
With the future, with the junior races and the under 20. The future of athletics begins with the under 20.
Remember, Kenya are the defending world champions in the under 20 athletics category, having won the last event held here in Nairobi. Also in Tampere, Finland, Kenya emerged top with 6 gold, 4 silver, and a bronze. In Nairobi last year, Kenya won 8 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. Remember, the team that will be selected here will represent the country in the World Junior Championships from the 1st to 6th of August in Cali, Colombia.
And all athletes, wanariadha wote tafadhali, let me hand over this to Olympian. Thank
you. 2 days of scintillating action here at the Nyayo National Stadium as we await for the official announcement of the team that will represent the country at the World Under 20 Athletics Championships to be held in Cali, Colombia. We've witnessed great athletics actions starting from 9 a.m. and actually we are ahead of schedule because the team was supposed to be named at 2 p.m. but then it's been very easy for us to say that this was a very good day of athletics action here in Nairobi. Remember, the venue is Nyayo National Stadium. The World Under 20 team, that is Team Kenya, has been selected. Let's wait and see who's going to make it to the team. Let's wait and see who actually will represent the country as they go for a hat-trick of world titles in Tampere, Finland in 2018. Kenya emerged top, 6 gold medals, 1 bronze and a silver. In Nairobi last year, 8 gold, 1 silver, and a bronze. And I'm here joined by Eldoret Express, one of the finest 800 meters runners ever to grace the track. And now she's a coach, Janet Jepkosgei. I've seen your athletes, very impressive. What is the secret behind the success at your camp? And what do you feel these athletes have as they go to Cali, Colombia?
Okay, I'm Janet Chepkoske for my 800 meters. I'm happy for today's performance. This is the generation we have to really to take care of. This is a future for Kenya. This is a future for our country. And I've seen big talents actually coming up. I'm happy for all the camps actually, which they are producing big athletes. Myself actually, I'm still learning as a coach. I'm very happy because we have people who are really teaching us on how to do it. I'm happy because my former coach actually, who is Claudia Berardelli, is putting more effort on my coaching skills. And I'm happy because we have seen the results and I can say our 800 meters is in good hands.
Definitely, you're talking about the 800 meters, but there's this secret, that big hug to these athletes once they finish that, they cross the finishing line. This must be a secret as to why you have that bond with these athletes. What do you normally tell them when they get onto the track and begin their races?
You know, you can win, you can lose, but what we have to give them is that encouragement that they can still continue and they can still perform. We came from far, actually. Myself, I ran for winning nationals and not making the Kenyan team, but after some time, after perseverance and dedication, we managed. So when I give them a hug, it's just to congratulate them and let's continue.
Definitely, we are looking forward to these young athletes representing us in Cali. And what do you feel should be done between now and 1st of August to ensure that they are well prepared for the World Championships?
Most of the athletes I've seen, they are in good shape actually. It's who is going to take care of the team in the Kenyan camp actually. We have to tell them that they have to really take care, not to exhaust the athletes, but they are in good hands. And I'm sure the coaches who are going to handle them, they are good coaches. And we are really expecting a good performance like last year in World Under 20, where we did here in Kasarani. So we wish them well in Cali and bring back all the medals.
We've talked about Cali, and lastly, there is this question that we'll always ask. Of course, Kenya lost the 800 meters title at the World Championship, and we are looking forward to the likes of Mary Moraa representing the country. Very impressive time, 1:57 in Stockholm on Thursday. What are her chances? Is she picking up at the right time?
Yeah, I think what Mary Moraa is doing is great. She's really performing well right now. It's a championship year, and she needs only to maintain that. She has good speed, and which actually, as a 800-meter athlete, I can say she has a chance to get a medal. The only thing is this is championship. You have to run 8 semis and finals, so she has to play really well on the 8s and semis. When it comes to the finals, not to change the tactics, actually, she's a front runner, and I can tell her continue running in front because that will take you to the finals and to have a medal, to bring back the 800 meters in Kenya. That's what we need.
We talk about the 800 meters. There's one lady who's not lost since 2016, Athing Mu of the United States of America. Do you feel we have what it takes to dislodge that and maybe give her first defeat on home soil?
She's like any other athlete, actually. She's a big talent. She's still young. I can say she's a competitor whereby, like my time, we ran with Maria Mutola, Casta Semenya, the Russians. But this is an opportunity for us also to challenge her. I saw the trials for America, and I think she got a bit of challenge. We have what it takes in the juniors also. I've seen how Nelly, she runs, Nelly Chepchirchir. You know, when you see Nelly, I think the running style, we only need to bring her up. So the 800 meters is a bit challenging actually. It's until you cross the line is when you say you are a winner.
Yeah, definitely, and all the best as you head to prepare these young ladies and young boys for the World Under 20 Championship. That has been Janet Jepkosgei, former world champion, and she is a coach right now, and you've seen the 800 meters runners. Very, very brilliant young boys and girls coming out of Janet Jepkosgei's camp, and Willie Wex, you've seen and you've heard whatever Janet has said, and just giving you a glimpse of whatever she says. We have what it takes to maintain the status quo in the 800 meters at the World Juniors, and of course try and capture the title in Oregon in 2 weeks' time.
We take cleanly what is stated by the likes of Janet. Janet is a formidable athlete. This is someone who came in, as she said, she ran against Maria Mutola and the likes, and to remember the glory she brought into this country. We're super happy to see her going into coaching and what she's been doing in that field. And we've seen most of her athletes, even if they're not winning, they're making the team. So whatever she's doing at that camp, as you said, is really working. I'm super happy just being part of this two-day event. Greg, it's been a pleasure working alongside you. We've been able to cover and see the future of Kenya athletics from the under-20s, from the semi-finals that were yesterday, coming all the way into the finals today, and from the talent that has been amassed. I'm happy to say that we're heading the right direction as a country, and until we meet again, Greg, This was great hanging out with you and executing this one. Later on, the mics, the cameras will move to where the team selection is taking place. But as of now, from me, Willie Wex, and from Greg Mulemi, it's bye-bye.
Managers and the coaches from the regions, please, can you present those athletes? Naomba tafadhali hao wanariadha wakimbie wakuje. And the women should also be near. The women athletes. The women athletes, tafadhali. Mnastahili muwe karibu kwa sababu hatutaki kuita mara nyingi sana. Harrison Wanyoni, Nairobi, where are you? Mr. Were, the team manager, Nairobi. Harrison Wanyoni, Peter Kidome, Aloysius Kipngetich, Samuel Kibaki, Shadrach Rono, Daniel Kimayo, Reynold Kipkorir, Brian Kiptum, Noah Kibet, Emmanuel Wafula, Peter Rono, Michael Temoy, Edwin Kimosong, Elkana Kiprotich, Samuel Toili. Thank you. The women. The women. I start with 5,000 meters women. Maureen Cherotich, South Rift. Jane Gatti, Nyanza South. 10,000 meters walk. Margaret Gatti, Central Rift. 1,500 meters women. Purity Chepkurui, South Rift. Brenda Chebet, Nairobi. Long jump, Winnie Chepngetich, South Rift. 3,000 meters, women. Betty Chelagat, South Rift. Nancy Cherop, North Rift. 800 meters, men. Nelly Chepchirchir, women. Nelly Chepchirchir, Central Rift. Evelyn Chepkoech, South Rift. 3,000 meters, steeplechase, women. Faith Cherotich, South Rift. Diana Chepkemoi, South Rift. 400 meters, women. Damaris Duleve, Southern. Sylvia Chelagat, Central Rift. Tafadhali naomba head coach anihesabie wanariadha hao kama ni wote 29. Harakisheni, mkimaliza kuvalia tafadhali sogeni mbele pale. Head coach Wanyonyi, where is Wanyonyi? Peter Kidome, Aloysius Kipngetich, Samuel Kibadi, Shadrach Rono, Daniel Kimayo, Reynold Kipkoril, Brian Kiptum, Noah Kibet, Emmanuel Wafula, Peter Rono, Michael Temoy, Edwin Kimosong, Elkana Kiprotich, Samuel Toili. Good.
The women, Maureen Cherotich, Jane Gatti, Margaret Gatti, Purity Chepkurui, Breda Chebet, Winnie Chemngetich, Betty Chelangat, Nancy Cherop, Nelly Chepchirchil, Evelyn Chepkoech, Faith Cherotich, Diana Chepkemoi, Damaris Duleve, Sylvia Chelangat. Mr. President, sir, that is the team which will represent Kenya in the World Under-20 in Cali, Colombia. Now, I wish to welcome the Chairman Youth to continue with the program. Welcome, sir.
I take this opportunity now to welcome the President of Athletics Kenya, executive members, and the chairman to accompany the President so that they can meet the athletes and have a word with them. Welcome, Mr. President. You are coming, okay. You are waiting. Let us wait for the President to come. And the team, we have also executive members who are here so that they can greet the athletes and also have a word with them. Let us be patient. The President is coming and his team. Yeah, I can see Senior Vice President coming. He was one of the first people instrumental in developing the youth programs in Athletics Kenya, and the program has blossomed that we continue having our young athletes also transiting to the senior category. Last week when we had the Commonwealth Trials and the World Championship, we had several athletes that competed last year to the World Under-20, and they met the cut for both the Commonwealth and the World Championship. So this program has been going on well, and interestingly, you realize that this program was started in Athletics Kenya. The Senior Vice President was there, and then of course our President took over, and then he handed over to me, and we have made sure that this program has been very, very successful, and we continue nurturing talent from all over the country. Again, I would like also to inform the public that, and the President, that the team we have here, we have 29 athletes, and this is the highest we have ever had before.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, we start the program now. First of all, I would like to thank Athletics Kenya, led by our President, Senior Vice President, We have also chairmen from several regions across the country who brought these athletes to Nairobi for the competition. We have had programs that has been running for the last 2 years, and in April we had camps all over the country, 24 camps to be precise, that has continued nurturing talent. Last year we had also the World Under 20, and that time we managed to win the title for the second time. First time we won was in 2018 in Tampere, Finland. And that was where we beat the US. We repeated the same thing here at home. And it's because of the support that Athletics Kenya has given the youth subcommittee that has done a great job in ensuring that they continue nurturing talent all over the country. The government has given us also the support to fund the camps that we had. And we had the opportunity to visit all the camps. And I would like to tell the president that it has been very successful. They have received a lot of support from the regional chairman and also from the communities where these athletes come from. There's a lot of interest that has come up, both in sprints and also the middle distance. We also had an opportunity, with the support of the government, to send 11 athletes and 3 officials to France for specialized training. I would like to inform our president that, yes, that was not in vain. The athletes that went to France has made a team. They have qualified. And one girl, actually for the first time in the history of World Under 20 Championship, she was the first one to make the team qualifying in long jump. And that was really something. The others have made it today, those who went to Miramas. That is something that Athletics Kenya ensure that we send those teams so that they can train and focus mainly on the sprints and field events, which of course has been lagging behind. So with the support from the AK, we have tried our best to ensure that the program continues. I don't want to say much. I would like to invite, first of all, to introduce the youth subcommittee, the team that has worked tirelessly to ensure that the programs from Athletics Kenya has been implemented, and I'm very happy that they have done a good job, Mr. President. We have here Mr. Ilobi. You can introduce your team so that the President and the entourage here will know who have been doing the good job here.
Thank you, sir. From my immediate left, Mr. Wambua from the Ministry of Education, Mr. Erastus Kabugi, Mzee wa Kazi, a former mayor, Mr. Robert Nisrei, the head coach in the youth department, Madam Marilyn Lasoi from South Rift, and Mr. Henry Lebo from Nairobi. One of us is not here because she's taking care of the welfare of the officials. Those are the team members for the youth subcommittee. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nairobi. Mr. President, I don't want to take more time. I would like to invite the Senior Vice President to say something and then invite you so that you can talk to your team. Thank you, Mr. President, for your support, and we're happy that you had faith in us, and we believe that we have delivered, and we wait until Colombia. I'm sure we'll do something about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Correo, the Chairman, Youth Development Committee of Athletics Kenya, Mr. President, together with the Chairman present here and an executive member of Athletics Kenya, the Youth Committee, the coaches who are present, the athletes. I am not supposed to take any kind of talking when my boss is here. I just want to appreciate that this event was held and went on so well as it has been planned. And I want at this juncture, Mr. President, I want to thank the chairman of the youth subcommittee for the good work that he's doing. And I want to mention that actually he took over from me, and I had taken over from you, Mr. Chairman. I mean, Mr. President, when you were the chairman of the youth subcommittee, and then he is doing the good job that you started, and therefore I would like to appreciate that quite a lot, and tell the youth committee that it should continue, so that you hand over to me, being the competition director at Athletics Kenya and taking care of the seniors. Prepare them very well, so that now when they come to my department, then we have good athletes for the next. Thank you very much. And at this juncture, I would like to request the president to come in.
Thank you very much, Paul Mutui. Thank you very much, Chairman Barnaba Korir, all the chairmen who are here, and other officials from our regions, officials of the youth subcommittee. It's okay. Officials of the youth subcommittee, the athletes who have come here today, and those who have competed, and those who have been selected. It looks like they don't like me, so. But otherwise, let me take this opportunity on behalf of Athletics Kenya to, first of all, congratulate the athletes who have been selected today. Well done. It means you have done well, and you are going to represent our country. Let me also thank the chairman and his team of youth subcommittee for having done this wonderful job of preparing you, of allowing the regions to have the camps, for sending the team, a small team, to Miramas in France. And that is now a different initiative to go out there and train. And I'm happy to hear that some of those who trained in Miramas in France have actually qualified. So it means we did not waste time, we did not waste the resources, and I want to congratulate you for doing that. Remember, in the olden days, we used to talk about age problems, and so forth and so on. At least I want to say thank you, Barnaba, for having completely eradicated that kind of thing. We don't want to, to be suspected or to be challenged in any way, just because of a small thing that we can manage. And we have managed that because of the transition you have had. The transition from senior vice to me to Barnaba. Stability is a very important thing in every organization. If we are not stable, then that kind of transition and the assistance that you are getting will not be realized. So I would like to say thank you, Paul, for what you did during your time, and now thank you, Barnaba, for having taken care of this. And I think you have taken it to the next level. So let us continue doing this, so that we build the talent that we have identified because of the future. These are the future of tomorrow, and any institution that does not have a youth subcommittee or a youth program cannot say that they are looking at the future. So you are the future, and my advice to you now, as the future of this country in terms of athletics development and athletics competition, is that I would like to see all of you, not a few of you. I would like to see all of you in the next World Championship and in the next Olympics. I think when we look back and when we look at our statistics, take for example even those who are there in 2017 during World Under 18. When you look at the statistics, we would like to follow and see all those of you who won. Where are you? How many? I can only see maybe about 4 out of that team. Where are the others? And even those who were in the Under 20 last year, I know a few of them have joined the World Championship team and the Commonwealth team, and I would like to congratulate those ones. But there are others In fact, almost half. Where are they? Where have they disappeared? Where have they fizzled out? Somewhere in between here. So we want to see that you progress from what you are today into the future, because we are looking at the future. And you are the future of this country in terms of athletics. So please maintain good discipline, maintain a good program in your training. Make sure that even as you sign any contracts, consult and make sure that you sign the right contract, because we have always said in Athletics Kenya that if you want any assistance in signing the contract, we'll give that free. We'll give that opportunity free of charge. Nobody is charging you anything. So let us follow the rules and regulations. We are still having a few problems with doping, and I normally cannot finish my speech without talking about doping, because we are still in Category A, and Category A has got its own obligations. We want to get out of this, and we can only get out of this if you listen to the instructions, to the regulations, and make sure that you avoid this type of doping. And not only you, all the athletes, because we have taken a lot of time to educate everybody with the assistance of ADAC and assistance of the Athletics Integrity Unit, who have supported us so much. But we don't want to continue having this kind of problem. So please, let us avoid any issue of that kind. Let us be disciplined. Let us listen to all the advices that are there, and I'm sure we'll overcome some of these things. And finally, I want to wish you well. As you go to Cali in Colombia, you are going to defend that winning that we have had in the last 2 years, as it was mentioned by your chairman. So you are going for the third time, and we expect you to go and defend. And as you defend, remember that anything called world, if you hear anything called world championship, world under 20, world under whatever it is, anything world, it is not as simple as you may think. Because everybody in the world has prepared well. Everybody in the world know that you are defending that winning, and so everybody will be going for you, and that means you prepare well. You prepare with all your coaches, and I'm sure when I see the number of the officials who have been selected, these are responsible people. They are qualified. They are experienced, and therefore you should listen to them so that they guide you to another win. So we will send you off as you go to Colombia, and hope that you go well and you go safely and go and defend the cup and you come back victorious. So otherwise, I want to wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you so much for the team that conducted the competition today. We have seen a very smooth competition that has allowed this to now to get to where we are seeing you selected in this team. And I'm sure as we continue, we have seen a lot of very smooth running of this championship. And I would like to thank everybody who has come, and even the spectators who have come. Karibuni sana. We thank you for your support. We thank you for supporting us over the years, and we continue working together. And as I complete my remarks this morning or this afternoon, I'm sure you can see a very, very senior group here standing with me, and maybe some of you do not know. Let me just take a minute or two to introduce them. Of course, you know the Senior Vice President. Those of you who may not know, Mr. Paul Mutwi, who is in charge of technical and competition. So this is part of competition. So thank you very much. Your chairman, I'm sure you all know, Barnabas, chairman of Nairobi and chairman of Youth Subcommittee and Youth Development. John Kimeto is a member of the executive, and he's also the chairman of Bomet County. Jackson Kemoy, sometimes we call him Kabila, the chairman of North Rift, and I'm sure you know where North Rift is, all the way up to the border with the other countries. Mr. Ogore is the chairman of the prisons, just taken over the other day. Congratulations and well done. I know you are doing a lot of work. And we are going to depend on you because you as his senior. You are taking care of the senior. Gidinji Maragara, chairman of Eastern, all the way up to the other border, also on the other side, doing a very good job. And he just come from Mauritius. He was the team manager for the Mauritius team that did extremely well. So congratulations and well done. Mohammed, Secretary of Northeastern. I know maybe some of you don't know where Northeastern is. Garissa, Wajir, Mandera, up to the other border also. So we have got, liaison with the border countries here from all these chairmen. Thank you very much. Peter Angwenyi, the chairman of Nyanza South. And I'm sure there are quite a number of athletes who have been selected. I hope you have got a good team here. And you will talk to them so that they go and bring medals, and then we will all be proud. Bwana Afundi, Francis Afundi, chairman of Western. He also, Peter Angwenyi also goes to the other border on this other side. Bwana Afundi goes to the other border on the other side. So you can see we are all bordering the other countries. I think he has got quite a number of athletes who have done extremely well. And he also takes care of the other, they call it the mountain on the other side, Mount Elgon. Because John Washira, who is the chairman of South Rift, also takes care of the other mountain on the other side. So you can see we are very privileged, and I want to thank them for preparing you. They prepared you, they took care of you, they took care of the camps while they were established in all those regions, and I'm sure we'll do well, and we are working together very well in Athletics Kenya. So thank you very much, Chairman, and thank you very much, all of you. Who else? Sinimesema Washira, or you did not see? John Washira. Can I do that again? John Washira, who is taking care of the other mountain on the other side of South Rift. Okay, a few chairmen are not here, they are busy elsewhere, but I can assure you they are with us in spirit. Otherwise, thank you so much, Bwana Kedede Tanui, and all of you who are working on this. Bwana Eliud Wambua from the ministry, we are working very closely with the Ministry of Education and all the counties in this country. So we wish you well, and God's blessings go well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Allow me to name the officials so that they can join the team and you can meet all of them there. The team that will be, the officials that will be taking the team to Cali, I'm just going to name only the technical officials, and then on Monday we finalize the whole thing. So we have Joseph Ilobi, who is going to be the team manager. Where is Ilobi? Andrew Levo is going to be the assistant team manager. Jacqueline Jesukut. That's another different one. Jacqueline Jesukut, she's going to be the chaperone. Robert Nisire is going to be the head coach. Erastus Kapugi is going to be the assistant head coach. Edward Moti is also to be coach. Perpetua Putos, she is the lady who took the team to Marimas. So we decided, Mr. President, to include her because the team that she took to to Miramas, they did very well. So it means that she has done a good job. We want her to continue with that. Bernard Rono is also going to be the coach. Daniel Sang is going to be the physiotherapist, and Florence Chepungei, also she's going to be the physio. The other members that will be accompanying the team to Cali will be named on Monday after the meeting with the President and the Senior Vice President. Thank you.
Ni zamu yake sasa, Rais wa chama cha riadha cha Kenya kiandamana na machairman, naibu wake, machairman wote ambao wako hapa nasi siku ya leo kuweza kuamkuana na timu yetu ambayo itaenda kuwakilisha Kenya katika mashindano ya riadha ulimwengu chini ya miaka 20 kule Cali, Colombia. Basi mabibi na mabwana, tuwape makofi mazito timu yetu, tuwapigie makofi. Bwana Ilovi ambaye bila shaka ndio team manager wa timu hii ajulishwa kwa timu sasa anamkuana na timu ya Kenya. Kumbuka kule Kasarani pia tunajitayarisha kuelekea Oregon. Tukishamaliza Oregon tunaelekea Birmingham World Championship na kisha michezo ya Jumuiya ya Madola kule Birmingham. Na leo hapa tumekwisha tagua timu ambayo itaelekea Cali, Colombia kuwakilisha Kenya katika mashindano ya riadha ya ulimwengu chini ya miaka 20. Tuwapigie makofi tena. Thank you.
kidogo tu. Asante Wambua. Wambua hiyo jacket.
Kwa ile